Hello and good morning and welcome to today's Facecast. We're back in the beginnings of the Old Testament with the book of Joshua, one of my favourites. Joshua, of course, as the leader of the Israelites of old, had ventured out and taken them into new lands and new areas. He'd been very brave, supported by the promises the Lord had given him. He'd been commanded to be strong and courageous. Let me show you what I have here on my desk. Be strong and courageous. Somebody from church gave me that in a particularly difficult time, and it was very useful, and I keep it there to remind me of what I must be, strong and courageous at times. In Joshua's story, the Lord is with him and gives him strength, and as he gets old and needs to pass on that strength to other people, he repeats that saying, be strong and courageous. He says it to them several times. And he tells them, he lays out for them in different parts towards the end of his book, the book of Joshua, what they are to do, how they are to proceed, and how the Lord will be with them. And there's one short saying, a short verse. This is Joshua chapter 3, verse 8, which says, "But you are to hold fast to the Lord your God, as you have until now." But you indicates that there's something gone before that. That other tribes will look to the left and the right, and they will take up idols and false gods and do all sorts of things because people become complacent over time, as indeed they have in our generation. But you, he says, you must know better. You must hold fast to the Lord your God as you have done until now. And he's urging them to carry on, to keep going, to fight the good fight, to keep going the way they should. Now, if there's ever a prescient moment for that to be the call for us, it's today and right now, isn't it? We're perhaps getting towards the end of this lockdown. We may be beginning to come out of the coronavirus epidemic. We hope so. We may regress a bit, we'll see, but we hope to be coming towards the end of it. And we've got to be strong. We've got to stick with what we've got to do, maintaining social distance, washing our hands, taking care of all those things we know that we must do. We've got to keep doing it. We've got to be strong, but we've got to know that God is with us and he's helping us through this time, this process. That's the word for us today, is to keep with the main and the plain, to stick to maybe sometimes it can be a bit boring. Maybe sometimes it can be a bit, not again. But sometimes we have to stick with it, stick with what we know that is right and see it through. And that's what we're being called to do at this time. Seeing it through might well be till this time next year. It might be by September, children are back at school. It might be by Christmas time, we're all enjoying a normal Christmas. It might be we're all going on holiday next year. But we still have to see through this threat that is around us. We have to be strong and courageous and keep going, knowing right from wrong. That's the call to us today from this particular piece of scripture, from this word from the Lord. Be strong and courageous and keep holding fast to what the Lord has told us and given us, as we have done before, as we must do in the future. Take care. Bye now.